Algebraic expressions. So in algebra, we use letters and numbers. Letters are unknown values, sometimes called variables. Constants are the numbers that are on the end. The number in front of a variable or a letter is called a coefficient. An expression is something involving letters and or numbers. So for example, 4x plus 3, 8y minus 3, 2x plus 3y minus 4z is another example of an expression. We can have squared numbers. We can have x squared minus 6x plus 5. This is also an expression. Expressions don't have to have equal signs. Expressions don't have equal signs. An equation would have an equal sign. So these are all examples of equations. So 4x plus 3 equals 11. It has an equal sign, so it's an equation. Terms are the tiny little bits of expressions or equations. So for example, in 4x plus 3, it has two terms, one of the terms being 4x and the other being 3. Remember that the plus and minus also belong to the term that comes after it. So for example, if we look at 8y minus 3 equals 11, that minus in front of the 3 belongs to the 3, so that's negative 3. Often a multiplication sign is also missed out. So for example, 3 times y is written as 3y, and there's just an invisible times sign in there. Similarly, division is often written like a fraction. So x divided by y is written in fraction form. For example, x over y. These mean the same thing. Sometimes we have to tidy up our expressions or simplify them, write them in a shorter form. So here are some examples. So for example, if we have 3 plus 3 plus 3 plus 3 plus 3, something we should know, well, we would add 3 plus 3, which is 6, plus 3, which is 9, plus our other 3, 9, 10, 11, 12, plus another 3, which is going to give us 15. Now in algebra, we do a similar thing. However, I can't add like I do with my numbers, but what I can do is count how many of the same letter I have. So for example, x plus x plus x plus x, that is equal to 4 x's. I have 4 lots of x. Remember, that also means 4 times x. Similarly, question number 3, we have y plus y plus y minus y. Well, we have 3 y's, and then we're taking away a y, so that's going to give you 2y. Here we have question 4, 5 a's plus 2 a's plus 3 a's. That's like saying 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 a's plus 2 a's plus 3 a's. So how many a's do we have altogether? Well, if we look at this, we're adding all these a's together. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We have 10 a. Let's look at question number 5. So now, oh no, we still have just the same letter. So we have 7b, and we're subtracting 3b. So 7b minus 3b is going to give me 4b. And we have minus 2b plus b. Let's subtract that again. Let's simplify. We can go left to right. 4b minus 2b is 2b plus a b. Well, 2b plus 1b, there's an invisible 1 in front of that, is equal to 3b. Question 6, we can do the same thing with decimals. So we have 0.5y plus 1.4y. We can go 0.5 plus 1.4. Line up those decimals. 5 plus 4 is 9. 1. So we have 1.9y. If we take a look at question 7, Here we have different things now. So we have variables with the x and we have constants with the numbers. So what we could do is we could box all of the x's, including the sign in front, and we can circle our constants, including the sign in front. So now we'll collect all the x's. So we have 2x plus x, so that's going to give me 3x. And we have 4 plus 2, which will give me 6. So we have the answer is 3x plus 6. Let's look at another one, question number 8. So here I am going to put a box around my a's, so 6a, and a box around my a's, including the sign in front. That negative belongs to the 3, so I'm going to include it. And I'm going to circle my constants. So we have 6a minus 3a. So 6a minus 3a gives me 3a. And 8 minus 2 gives me 6. So that's going to be a positive 6. So I write plus 6. So my new expression simplified is 3a plus 6. If we look at question 9, we have x's and y's. So let's box our x's, including the sign in front, and let's circle our y's, including the sign in front. And let's simplify. So we have, looking at my boxes, we have 5x plus 2x. So that's going to give me 7x. And then we have 3y minus 1y. Remember, there's an invisible 1, so that's positive 2y. So we get 7x plus 2y. You have to include that sign in the middle as well. Why don't you pause the video and give question 10 a try. Right, let's look at question 10. So if we simplify, I'm going to, this time we'll box our x's. Box our x's, including the sign in front. Circle our y's, just to distinguish between the x's and the y's. So we have 6x plus 2x gives me 8x. And we have negative 4y plus 3y. Negative 4 plus 3 gives me negative 1y. So we have minus y. You could say minus 1y, but it's just nicer to write minus y. Now question 11, we want to express the perimeter of the rectangle in terms of x and y. So the perimeter, we know, is the distance around the outside of the shape. So if this length was 2x, the opposite side would also be 2x. If this length was x minus y, the opposite side would be x minus y. So to simplify this one, we're going to go 2x to find the perimeter. So perimeter equals 2x plus x minus y plus 2x plus x minus y. And then we can simplify. We can put a box around all of our x's, including the sign in front. And we can circle our y's. So looking at our x's, we have 2x plus 1x is 3x, plus 2 more, 3, 4, 5, 6. We have 6x, so my perimeter is equal to 6x. And then we have negative y minus y. So negative, remember that's negative 1y minus 1y. That gives you negative 2y. Let's look at a few more examples, just with multiplication. Now remember, in algebra, the multiplication sign is often missed out. So if we have 5 times t, we normally write it as 5t. So let's look at question 1, 3, 5, and 7. Then we can pause the video. You can try 2, 4, 6, and 8, and then I'll show you the answers. So for question 1, 2 times y, we can just write that as 2y. For question 3, we have 3 times y times 4. What we can do is we go 3 times 4, because we can rearrange this. Multiplication you can rearrange, so we can go 3 times 4 times y. That's what we can think about. So 3 times 4 is 12. 12 times y, well 12 times y is written as 12y. Similarly, question 5 is the same thing. We can multiply the coefficients. So 7 times 3, which is 21. And then we have P and Q, and we can just put those on the end. So this means 21 times P times Q. Question 7. Now here we have 2P times P. Well, we're going to go 2 times 1. There's an invisible 1, so that's 2. And then P times P, it's the same letter, so that is P squared. Pause the video, give question 2, 4, 6, and 8 a try, and then press play to see the answers. Here are your answers. So question 2 is 5x, question 4 is 18ab, question 6 is 40xy, and question 8 is 35a squared. That is how you simplify algebraic expressions.